The twin flame journey is the most intense spiritual experience you can live through, and the phase you're facing right now may feel unbearable. But what if I told you that this pain is actually the path to the greatest growth of your life? The separation, the emotional confusion, the inner conflicts, and that painful silence may seem like signs that everything is lost. But they're not. What you often feel as despair is really life's way of pushing you to awaken your strength. If you feel like no one truly understands the intensity of what you're going through, stay with me, because I'm going to show you something that might change everything. In this video, I'll share real experiences, deep reflections, and practical strategies on how to overcome twin flame separation, and reveal how every challenge can be transformed into growth. So before you even think about giving up, take a deep breath and come with me on this journey, because understanding this phase is the very first step to overcoming it. Phase 1, the calling and the preparation. From the moment the twin flame journey begins to reveal itself, an inexplicable feeling arises, as if someone made for you truly exists. It's like an unfamiliar melody suddenly begins to play, touching every corner of your heart and awakening memories of something you didn't even know was there. This intuition stirs curiosity, anxiety, and at the same time, a sense that life is about to change. Many wonder, am I really ready for this? The answer comes slowly, in the silence of reflection and in the small synchronicities that start to align. In this phase, it's common to notice subtle signs from the universe, almost like hidden notes in everyday life, but they only start to make sense when observed with patience and attention. A glance, an unexpected meeting, a message that seems to speak directly to the soul, all of it is part of the preparation process for reunion. Those walking this path realize that personal growth becomes a priority, and that every internal challenge is actually an invitation to grow stronger. Imagine that each lesson learned is like tuning an instrument before the grand performance. And it is precisely in this preparation that the foundation for the future union is built, even if it still feels far away. The art of observing, of knowing yourself, of facing your own fears and expectations is essential for the connection to be healthy and profound. It's at this moment that the twin flame signs begin to appear with clarity, guiding every step of the spiritual love journey. Some days feel light, others heavy, but all of it is part of the alchemy of the soul. And when you least expect it, passion, intensity, and the fairy tale begin to unfold before you, but that's a subject for the next phase of this journey. Phase 2, the vision and the signs. In this phase, the twin flame journey begins to reveal its first clear signs, almost like clues left by the universe for those who are paying attention. Vivid dreams, unexplainable intuitions, and coincidences that seem to defy all logic start to appear, as if life itself were giving little winks to show that you are on the right path. Those who observe carefully realize that every detail carries a message, an invitation to expand perception and trust intuition. It's fascinating how something so subtle can have such a profound impact on the soul. Often, these signs arrive so delicately that they go unnoticed, until someone learns how to decipher them. Imagine stumbling upon books that speak directly to your emotional struggles, or hearing songs that express exactly what you feel, without any rational explanation. This is the magic of twin flame signs, they appear when you are ready to see beyond the obvious. It is at this point that you begin to understand that the spiritual love journey is not just about romance, but about a deep and transformative awakening. And the experience becomes even more intense once you notice the synchronicities unfolding, unexpected encounters, people crossing your path at the exact moment, everyday signs that no longer feel like coincidence. It's as if the universe were sending secret notes, waiting for you to read them with patience and attention. For those living the twin flame journey, each sign is a reminder that personal growth and emotional preparation are essential. And with every discovery, the passion and the fairy tale begin to draw closer, bringing color and intensity to the path that still lies ahead. Phase 3, Passion and the Fairy Tale. When the twin flame journey reaches the peak of passion, everything seems to gain more vivid colors, as if the world had been repainted just for the two of you. The connection is so profound that every conversation, every touch, and every glance feel like part of a perfect symphony, awakening emotions that once seemed impossible. It's like living inside a moving painting, where beauty and intensity coexist, yet beneath it all, a silent construction is still unfolding. This moment makes anyone question whether reality could truly be this magical. It's common to feel that everything finally makes sense with your twin flame, as if every piece of your life had been perfectly arranged for this encounter. However, this fairy tale-like sensation also brings subtle challenges, dealing with expectations, ego, and vulnerability. The experience teaches that emotional intensity is not only pleasurable but also necessary to reveal where each person still needs to grow. Passion becomes a mirror, reflecting both light and shadows that must be understood in order to evolve. And it is in this phase that one learns the value of conscious surrender, observation, and patience. Every moment of joy or conflict carries deep lessons, showing that spiritual love is not only about immediate happiness but about maturity and soul alignment. Small practices, such as journaling feelings or meditating on daily challenges, can help maintain emotional balance. With every intense experience, the crisis phase begins to draw closer, bringing old fears to the surface and inviting deep reflection on what truly matters in the journey. Phase 4, the crisis. The crisis phase in the twin flame journey arrives like an unexpected storm, bringing to the surface conflicts, jealousy, and old hidden wounds. It feels like crashing into a glass wall. You don't see the injury until it appears, but it needed to be revealed so that healing could begin. Emotions become intense, confusing, and often overwhelming, making the connection seem impossible. This is the moment when pain shows itself as necessary, reminding us that personal growth is an essential part of the spiritual process. During this stage, many situations arise to test patience and boundaries. Unexpected arguments may bring out insecurities no one wanted to face, while every emotional reaction reflects important lessons about oneself. It's like realizing that every move the other person makes is, in fact, a mirror of what needs to be worked on internally. Those who choose to observe and reflect can transform these experiences into wisdom, strengthening both spirituality and the emotional bond that unites the two. And even though it may feel painful, it is precisely in this clash that one learns about surrender, boundaries, and trust. The awareness that every crisis is temporary and necessary for growth provides direction to the twin flame journey. Small practices like introspection, guided meditation, or even journaling daily conflicts can bring clarity. As the challenges of the crisis unfold, the need arises to understand who runs away and who tries to resolve, opening space for the next stage of this transformative path. Phase 5, the runner and the chaser. In this stage of the twin flame journey, it's common to notice distinct patterns between the two. While one pulls away, overwhelmed by the intensity of the connection, the other tries to fix everything, as if they could repair what isn't ready to be healed yet. It feels like an emotional ping-pong game. Every attempt to get closer is followed by an unexpected withdrawal, testing patience, self-confidence, and the ability to surrender. This back and forth is challenging, but it teaches valuable lessons about personal boundaries and the importance of accepting the natural flow of the relationship. The runner is often dealing with deep fears or past wounds, and their reaction isn't a sign of disinterest but rather a form of self-protection. The chaser, on the other hand, seeks harmony and clarity, often placing the other on a pedestal or taking on responsibilities that aren't theirs to carry. Understanding these dynamics allows each person to see the connection as a mirror, reflecting internal needs and areas that call for growth. Small steps, like journaling feelings or opening up to trusted friends, can help balance these emotional swings. And even though it may feel frustrating, this pattern of running and chasing is part of the spiritual love journey, revealing how challenging and transformative conscious surrender can be. What matters is realizing that this isn't about personal flaws, but about the intensity of the bond and the awakening it triggers. As both learn to navigate these oscillations, they open the door to surrender or resolution, paving the way to face the next challenges with greater clarity and emotional maturity. Phase 6, Surrender or Resolution. There comes a point in the twin flame journey when it becomes impossible to keep fighting against the flow of life. This is the phase of surrender or resolution. It's like letting go of a rope you've been holding onto out of fear of falling. Only when you release it do you find lightness and clarity. At this stage, every challenge in the connection reveals the need to dissolve the ego, accept the present moment, and grow emotionally. Those who can see beyond the pain realize that temporary suffering is actually a gateway to lasting transformation. Practical strategies become essential at this point to navigate the twin flame challenges. Deep self-awareness, daily meditation, reflecting on emotional patterns, and even writing letters that are never sent help release tension and restore balance. It is in this space of introspection that one learns to listen to their own soul and understand that the connection does not depend solely on the other person, but on individual growth. Every conscious step strengthens the ability to love without attachment, preparing the ground for a more mature and solid union. And as surrender becomes natural, one realizes that temporarily stepping back or resolving internal conflicts is not defeat, but learning. It is the art of understanding that some battles must be won silently, within oneself. Small daily practices of acceptance, breathwork, and guided meditation allow the mind and heart to reach higher frequencies, creating space for the union phase, where true love blossoms and spirituality fully manifests. Phase 7, Union and Elevated Frequency. After weathering all the storms, the twin flame journey finally leads to union and the elevation of emotional frequency. It's like watching the horizon open after days of fog, feeling a peace that goes beyond rational understanding. In this moment, the connection is not just about passion, but about unconditional love, maturity, and emotional balance. Every challenge overcome and every lesson learned reflects in the quality of the relationship, making each encounter deeper and more meaningful. Union in this phase does not mean perfection, but harmony with acceptance of imperfections and differences. This is when the spiritual love journey fully manifests. The twin flame signs appear clearly and consistently, reinforcing the sense that all previous suffering had a purpose. Those who reach this stage realize that the pain and challenges of the most difficult phase were essential for growth and for the alignment of the souls. Small daily gestures, mindfulness, and honest communication strengthen this elevated frequency and keep the bond vibrant. And even at this stage, evolution continues, showing that learning never ends. Every moment of deep connection is an opportunity to grow both individually and as a couple, to expand consciousness, and to align with universal love. Practices such as meditating together, reflecting on emotional patterns, and mutual care are tools that maintain this harmony. Thus, the twin flame journey transforms into a continuous cycle of love, growth, and spiritual awakening, leaving the most difficult phase remembered only as preparation for something grand. Reaching this point means you are ready to transform the most difficult phase of the twin flame journey into real learning and growth. The pain you feel today is not a punishment, but the fertile soil where your soul blossoms, and every challenge you face is a valuable lesson for your evolution. Think, what patterns do you notice in your relationships that might be calling for change? How can you use this experience to strengthen yourself emotionally and raise your frequency? Now, imagine applying what you've learned, reflecting on your fears, observing the signs from the universe, identifying the twin flame challenges, and using every obstacle as an opportunity for self-discovery. What small actions can you start taking today to heal, connect with yourself, and move forward on your spiritual love journey? The power of transformation is in your hands, and every conscious choice brings you closer to emotional maturity and true love. If these words resonated with your experience, share your reflections and stories in the comments. Your journey may inspire someone going through the same path. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so you continue receiving deep insights about twin flames and learn how to recognize every sign that confirms this unique connection. And don't stop here. Click on the end screen of the video, 10 twin flame signs that confirm your twin flame connection, to discover how to identify your twin flame and further strengthen this amazing journey.